Greetings, my YouTube family all over the world. This is once again Patman Senatiraja with episode 5 of my YouTube channel, which I hope you guys are telling friends, family, everyone subscribe, click the comment, click the notification bell, write comments, whatever they say the YouTubers do. All right, a big shout out to everyone who's been supporting my channel. Hopefully it's benefiting you. I've been trying different lengths of videos to see which one garners the most views so I know what kind of videos you like. I hope the information I've been giving you has been useful, guys. And this episode is my realization. One of the great lessons I learned throughout my journey, all right? When I started entrepreneurship, someone told me the story which made so much sense. And you need to really understand this. And I'm going to try to put it in the sense that you'll understand. I believe there are 3 stages in life, okay? And every person goes through these 3 stages. Now, I'm trying to convince you that go back to stage 1. Okay, now stage 1 is from the time we were born, we grow up, we go to school, we have a great time with our buddies. We may have been broke, but we had so much fun. We live life to the fullest. Small town boys and girls, you know what I'm talking about. City boys and girls, you know what I'm talking about, okay? And then you reach a certain age where you start to want things and look into the future, and you start dreaming, and you dream big. And you suddenly realize that, my God, there's so much I can achieve in this life. My potential is limitless, unbelievable, right? And I call that the dream years. And I remember when I was a kid, I wanted a Mercedes, I wanted a BMW, I wanted a villa, I wanted to travel around the world, I wanted to buy every single freaking nice thing I saw on TV, the black and white TV, the color TV with the big butt when I was growing up. Now it's all skinny and flat on the wall. And it was the dream years. And I give a lot of credit to the fact that we were free, mentally, spiritually. We had a sense of freedom that we could dream big. There was no limitation at all right, in anything. We thought everything was possible. Some of us wanted to be astronauts, scientists, international rock stars, movie stars, okay? We wanted to marry our dream guy or girl, out there, the superstars. And that's called the dream years. Now, as much as it's a bit funny, like today, if a kid come up to you and say he wants to be the president of the country, or she wants to be a scientist that changed the world, we are going to be cynical. We are going to be laughing at them and say, hey, come on, you don't know what reality is about. And I think the same way when we went to our parents, like I went to my mom, being a dreamer, being a believer, I consistently told her I was going to do great things. I promised her the world on a plate. You understand? I promised her the diamond, the stars, everything, guys. And I was sincere. I was simply a dreamer. And at that age, our minds were not clouded by the bull sugar that, we realize today. We just thought everything was possible. We had no worries in life. Maybe your heart got broken in college, or you're worried about an exam once in a while. But ultimately, you were free. There was no limitations. To a certain extent, you were naive in a good way, because you could dream big and bigger every single day. That's stage 1. Everyone is a dreamer. Just remember your teenage years. Remember when you were in school or reaching high school or college, you wanted to rule the world, guys. Like that song by Tears for Fears. Everybody wants to rule the world. One of my favorite songs, okay? And then you finish university, you have a piece of paper that defines that you are reasonably intelligent, that you pass some exams, and it's called a degree or diploma, and you go out to the job world and you apply. Many of us remember our first interview, our first job, our first boss, our first experience actually working for money. Because before that, we were supported by our parents, uncles, aunties, community, put us to school, government, whatever, okay? And then you get a job, and suddenly you realize that whatever you're earning is not even enough to eat, guys. Forget buy stuff. My first salary wasn't enough to cover my fuel on my little motorbike and to eat good food. Food was a problem. And that's when you realize the reality. And the reality is that no matter how hard you work in a traditional environment, you are never going to be freaking rich. You're never going to make enough money to live the dreams you had as a teenager. all right? And most probably many opportunities just pass you by because you didn't focus on it. And that's the reality where you live on a credit card, you live on loans, you don't have cash, you can't buy what you really want, you can't go where you really want to go, you can't give your family what you really want to give them, and you rationalize it that this is life, you have to survive, and you survive day to day, broke, a little bit more broke, a little bit less broke, Christmas bonus, whatever, then broke again, and then broker, and then the car breaks down, $1,000, the house heater breaks down, $500, your kid suddenly has to go on a school trip, $200, and just get the money is just going out, guys, every single minute. And then before you know it, you're surviving for 40 years, not living, surviving. And you go to a retirement party where they give you a clock or watch, all right, with an engraving, thank you for your years of service. And then you pray your children look after you. I'm not trying to be, demotivating here. There's a positive end to this video. All right. You pray your kids look after you, that you paid your mortgage and everything else. Then one day you're sitting on a rocking chair outside your house. I'm rocking, as you can see. And you go through this third stage of life. So the first stage of life is dream. The second stage of life is reality. And the third stage of life, which I hope I never reach, is called if only, where you sit on the rocking chair with a few other loser friends of yours. All right. And then you start the conversation with if only. If only I bought that piece of land when it was $10 a square foot. If only I took the other job. If only I started my own business. If only I embraced crypto at the beginning. All right. If only I understood great industries like network marketing and, e-commerce entrepreneurship. If only the chair is rocking. If only, and then you die. That's it. So the summary of your life, we all start as dreamers. And then the reality kills the dream in us. And then we just struggle along life, not excelling in anything. And then one day you're too old to do anything. And you look back at your journey of life, if only I followed my dream, if only I didn't give up on my dream, if only I didn't allow reality to kill my dreams. So I'm telling you guys, if you're watching me, you're either at the dream stage, the reality stage, or the if only stage. I've got good news for you. At whatever stage you are, you have to recognize one thing. The most powerful, inspiring point of your life is when you were a dreamer. And I'm telling you, it's possible to dream again at any age, at any point of your life. And you may be asking me, but Chief, Patman, I forgot how to dream. You understand? And I meet a lot of people every single day. And if you ask me what I do is I get people to dream again. I get people to believe that dreams can come true at any point of your life. Even if you're in the middle of reality or even if you reach if only, guys, it's possible. Trust me. I've seen thousands of people, millions of people in the last 23 years who started dreaming again. Some of them made their dreams into a reality and some of them gave up somewhere along the journey. But it doesn't matter. Whatever said and done, they started to dream again. Right? So dreams, reality, if only. And I'm telling you guys, the saddest part, if I could take you back to a teenager, if I could take you back to the point where you wanted to conquer the world, and you met me, and I could see the future, and I tell you, it's possible. It's possible. What would you do? So right now, if you're watching my YouTube channel, take a piece of paper, blank piece of paper, pen, pencil, whatever. And just let me tell you one experiment. Just do this with me. Or do this after the video and tell me how you feel. I want to take you back to that person you were as a teenager, the believer, the warrior. It's possible, that moment of your life. I want you to imagine that you have all the time and all the money you could ever dream about. All the time and all the money that you could ever dream about. What kind of house would you live in? What car would you drive? How frequently would you travel? What would you buy for your wife? What would you buy for yourself? What kind of shoes would you wear? What kind of clothes would you wear? What kind of watch would you wear? How would you live, guys? Just for that one moment, just do this experiment. You don't lose anything. if you had all the time and all the money in the world, how would you live? How would you want to live? And write it down on the piece of paper, everything, car, house, where the children go, holidays, life, this, that, everything, anything, with all the time and all the money in the world. How would you live? And what's on that paper is that kid, 15, 16, 17, 18 years old, 14, maybe 12 years old. That dreamer in you is still there inside. And it's out there on that paper. And all you have to remember, whatever stage you are in life, I've seen this, it's possible. Love you guys.